Hello, Simon Kids subscribers. My name is Laura Renauld, and I am the author of Fred's Big Feelings, The Life and Legacy of Mr. Rogers. It is illustrated by Bridget Barringer, and I would like to read it to you today. Hello, neighbor. It's a beautiful day. Come in, look around. What do you see? This is the closet, filled with Mr. Rogers' cardigans. His mother knitted each one, and here's where he changes his shoes. Sneakers are more comfy, don't you think? Now settle in. Mr. Rogers is ready to visit with you. You may know Mr. Rogers as America's favorite television neighbor, but before that, he was Freddie Rogers, a quiet boy with big feelings. Freddie was shy, and he had trouble making friends. He felt sad when his schoolmates overlooked him. Bullies taunted Freddie about his weight. He felt scared when they chased him home. And when asthma kept him indoors for much of the summer, he felt lonelier than ever. Freddie took refuge at the piano. Soon his feelings were flowing through his fingertips. Worry fretted and fussed and faded. Sadness wailed and whimpered and waned. Anger crashed and clattered and calmed. Music allowed Freddie to express himself, but it was his grandfather McFeely's message of unconditional love that boosted Freddie's self-esteem. You made this day a really special day just by being yourself, and I happen to like you just the way you are. Gradually, with Grandfather McFeely's words tucked inside his heart and music as his confidant, Fred grew. In high school, when a football injury landed a popular player in the hospital, Fred was there to bring Jim's homework to him. A dynamic friendship developed between the two. Jim accepted Fred. He vouched for him and encouraged him. Fred's confidence soared. He became a leader. He felt valued and respected. How deeply one person can affect the life of another. In the spring of 1951, Fred's path was clear. Graduate from college, then attend seminary to become a minister. But the new television set at his parents' house changed his plans. A children's show caught his attention. It left him feeling shocked. To Fred, television had potential. What if he could create a thoughtful alternative to the endless pranks, jokes, and gags that filled the current programming? What if a TV show could leave someone feeling welcomed, loved, even special? Fred was determined to find out. His opportunity came at WQED, America's first community-supported television station. In 1954, Fred and his colleague Josie Carey created the Children's Corner. It was filled with Fred's music, Josie's laughter, and many puppets, which Fred animated from behind the scenes. His hunch that television could build a community while being entertaining and educational proved correct. Their show was a hit. The Children's Corner was performed live and mainly improvised. After it went off the air, Fred wanted to be more intentional about the content of his shows. So in 1968, Fred started airing his own program, Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. Now, Fred was in front of the camera as the show's host. He welcomed children with his songs, encouraged his viewers' curiosity, and honored his grandfather by naming a character after him, Mr. McFeely, the speedy delivery man. But above all, Fred focused on feelings. Silly, shy, selfish. He addressed them all. Look! Mr. Rogers feels playful. He is taking a juggling lesson. Mr. Rogers feels sad. One of his goldfish has died. Mr. Rogers feels welcoming. He invites Officer Clemens to soak his feet. Mr. Rogers feels joyful. He visits with special guests, like cellist Yo-Yo Ma, dancer Ying Li, jazz trumpeter Wynton Marsalis, and even Coco the gorilla. Now listen, here comes the trolley. Toot toot ding ding. It's a world of make-believe. The small tiger feels worried. What if a falling star lands on his clock? The king's niece feels generous. She offers orange juice to each of her friends. The rosy-cheeked lady feels angry. She turns the tower upside down. Toot toot ding ding. See you next time. Grandfather McFeely knew Fred was one of a kind, and now America's children did too. All over the country, viewers were beginning to depend on his steady, caring presence. But in 1969, when Fred's show was only 1 year old, the government threatened to cut the funding for public television. So Fred stepped off the set of Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood and into a hearing on Capitol Hill to make his feelings known. In front of a Senate committee, Fred testified about the important work of childhood, to learn how to express emotions constructively. Even though Fred felt mad, he didn't shout or blame or raise his voice. Instead, he recited a song that he had written for his show, called "What Do You Do with the Mad That You Feel?" In it, he encouraged children to draw on their inner strengths to communicate anger in healthy ways. A hush fell over the room during Fred's quiet, passionate testimony. The tough committee chairman, Senator Pastore, even got goosebumps. "Looks like you just earned the $20 million, he remarked. By sharing his feelings, Fred Rogers secured the funding for public broadcasting. Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood would be on the air for years to come. In nearly 900 episodes from 1968 to 2001, Mr. Rogers broadcasted affection, compassion, and respect for his audience. His message was clear. It is normal to have feelings. It is good to talk about feelings. It is important to share feelings. And the best part? Everyone expresses their feelings in their own special way. Our visit with Mr. Rogers has come to an end. It's time for him to feed the fish, change out of his sneakers, and hang up his sweater. Now listen. Mr. Rogers has a message just for you. You always make each day such a special day. You know how? Just by being you. There's only one person in the whole world like you. And people can like you exactly as you are. That's such a good feeling. And here is a little more back matter on Mr. Rogers and his career. The final quote of the book is, "What a difference one person can make in the life of another." Fred Rogers certainly made that difference. He also reminded us to look for the helpers, which we can do in times of difficulty, like now. I hope you enjoyed this reading of Fred's Big Feelings. Come back for more soon at Simon Kids and subscribe. Bye-bye.